All right, are we live? I think we're live. Yeah, I think we're good. We're into it. We have everything set up. Go to stream settings so I can't see the view can't see the viewer count. Sick. And yeah, we managed to do it. Day 2. Day 2 of this stuff with the live streams. I'm just gonna get the mics in it. There you go. Day 2 of messing around with paid fan requests. We'll see how things go today. If you're watching this and not sure really what's going on, basically at the moment I'm experimenting with paid song requests and stuff like that. I don't know whether it's something that I mean, like there was a few people like Jacob and Dinner and stuff came in last time we listened to some music, but we're just trying a second time to see how we go. While I'm here, if you're watching this, there's going to be a big Nirvana video that I'm putting out to later today, so that should be good if you like Nirvana. We're going to be going into like their top 10 tracks and why they're successful. So that should be kind of cool. But yeah, we'll just see. I think ultimately it's just an experiment, and we just take our time with figuring it out, right? And worst case, it doesn't work, and then I go do something else. I'll talk about a musician I've been getting into recently is Oliver Tree. I quite like their stuff. I think that I mean they're quite successful, to be fair, Oliver Tree. They're quite successful. They do really well for themselves. There's this track, Miss You, which I'm absolutely just obsessed with at the moment. There's a few different versions of it. There's like there's this one here that I'm kind of like, I'm okay with it. I mean, actually, no, what am I talking about? I love this version. I think that's off of the most recent album, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2023, which was a huge year for Oliver Tree, like really big. Hi, Dinner. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's go. I'm gonna type let's go in the let's go. Let's go. How you doing? Having a good day today? Do you like Oliver Tree, Dinner? Hey? I do. I think it's quite a cool song. I had to take my cat to the vet earlier today. Listening time? I suppose this would be chat time, wouldn't it? Right? Yeah. Just wait, in case you're still watching this and are unaware, if you go to the link in the description, this is not for Dinner Hey, because Blue Dinner Box, I know. Blue Dinner Box knows, but like if you are unfamiliar with this kind of system, if you go into the description, man, I can't talk today. If you go into the description, there is a link to Ko-fi to go request a song. I changed it to Ko-fi because with Streamlabs, people were having to sign in. I think if they used credit card as opposed to PayPal. But we've got that sorted now, so it should come up on Ko-fi. Yeah, if there is a request or something like that. I don't know if it'll show in the actual screen because I don't know if Ko-fi does Streamlabs notifications because it's like a commission rather than a it's a commission rather than like a tip, if that makes sense. But still, I figure if it's easier for people to go through this where they don't have to sort of like log in and stuff to order submit track, everything's probably better, right? But I mean, I was listening. I get distracted. I went to the vet to drop my cat off today so that they could get some dental work. You've never heard about Oliver Tree before? Like, let's just listen to this. Let's just listen to this track. I want to talk about it. Here we go. I just realized that this part part up the top right was scuffed for a moment. This isn't what he typically sounds like, by the way. It's just his voice has been pitch shifted. But the synths and bass are fantastic, man. I just love the fuzziness of it. I mean, it's so satisfying, right? I mean, like, to be fair, it's like the one Oliver Tree song I really, really like. I've tried like Life Goes On and Sick of You and stuff. It's just a little bit slower. I think the combination of the techno drum beats as well as the synths and like the pitch shifted vocals just to make it seem a bit more sort of like how do I describe it? I think the synthesis of the vocals helps fit them in better with the synths and the bass and the drums. I think Robin Schultz is involved in this as well. Robin Schultz is a fantastic producer from what I've heard. Although, to be fair, Miss You is my favorite. Although they've also done work with Francisco Yates, apparently, and a few others, all the things she said. But yeah, Oliver Tree's a boss, man. I wouldn't mind having a look through their... Wait, they did a song in Ultraman Rising? What is this, though? Yeah, no, he really likes his pitch shifted stuff in these electronic songs. Usually he's down an octave, and it's a bit more sort of solemn. And I think in the original version of Miss You, because like he released it, and then there was like this other like producer who like made it sort of a bit more sort of like quicker and a bit less kind of rockish. Re-released it as an electronic track. It actually sounds like something I listened to or check them out later. That's cool. Yeah, absolutely. Go for gold, man. I would absolutely recommend that you check them out if you've got time. Oh, they're good fun. Good fun. I've heard good things about Ultraman, but just Diplo as well. I remember when Diplo did stuff with Skrillex, and some of that music was pretty dope. He's a memer. Hi, Jacob. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. He's a memer. Is he? Didn't he like? He has like a big Hang on. Oliver Tree. See? That's him. He's Oliver Tree. He's a good man. He's a good man. Yeah, Scooter. He did had a big scooter at one point. I competed against the #1 scooter rider in the world.
Someone said you were down at the bowl doing tricks this morning.
Right, so yeah, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. So I've actually came here to compete against the second best.
Sup, Elsie? How you doing? Good morning. How you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you guys are doing well.
In the world, his name is Ryan Williams, and I went to his house the first day I flew in, and I competed against him for the world title.
Damn.
And so we filmed it. We have about an hour documentary coming out on the process. I will tell you now, I'm very, very, very excited to show the world what I can do on a scooter.
It's exciting. Like, what's so cool about it is that the guy just literally goes around, and even if it's like memes and it's for fun, he just has so much fun with music. He just has so much fun. His music, the lyrics in his music seem to be a lot more serious, but there's like this juxtaposition with the intensity of like in the lyrics of Miss You, right? Versus like his actual persona. Like if you look at the video for Miss You by Oliver Tree, right? Like this is him here. See, like, he's very, very upset. He's crying and stuff like that. He is funny. And, like, he dances with the clown. It's just... There's just something so oddly fascinating about it. It's that I think the choreography for the dance video and stuff like that is just dope. it's just dope. It's a lot of fun. I think that, like, the way that I know it's such a simple dance music, but it's just how absolutely disturbed and just insane it is, right? And you just look at both of them just sitting there with that look on their face, especially this. It's just, it kind of looks a little bit demented, but you know they're having fun. It's just, it continues like that. But I love the work on the video as well. It's just different scenes and different transitions throughout. Elsie says he plays a character and have a lot. Jacob says he plays a character and have a lot of podcast appearance and is a well-known meme. Is really funny. He is really funny. I've seen him call out some creators. Oh, dope. That's cool. I'm also looking to do some work for schools at the moment. So I'm keeping an eye on like Ko-fi and stuff, but also I got an email from a school saying that they would send my application to the music person. So that's kind of exciting. Because I'm a multi-instrumentalist music tutor and I'm looking again to make extra income in different ways. Just for Nushka, but also to get a house and stuff. And yeah, it's nice to get it's nice when you apply to do something with someone, like on a contract thing, and they don't just like go away, we don't need it. They even if someone like considers you for a role, it's kind of dope, right? So it's nice to email people and actually then be nice about it. It'd be cool to I've been working with like students for 13 years, right? Okay. Hey, Elsie, good job. Good luck for the job. Yeah, have fun. Good luck. I'm gonna write here, good luck. Come on. Good luck. You can do it, buddy. Good luck, Elsie. Have a good time. I wish you... Man, job interviews are tough. I don't know how it is for you guys in your job markets at the moment. It's brutal to get work here in New Zealand. Like, that's absolutely scuffed at the moment. Like, there's a net migration deficit, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait, is it? There's more people leaving than coming in, and a lot of the people coming. I've got to verify. I've got to be careful what I say. Basically, TLDR, getting a job in New Zealand is kind of tough at the moment. There's less competition for what. There's more competition for jobs positions, so you're at risk of not getting paid as well because they can just pick someone else who go lower than you. And like there are some people are being just like openly racist in like their job descriptions and stuff like that. Like they don't want people of certain backgrounds or like they have issues with people of certain religious beliefs and stuff like that. It's absolutely wild here in New Zealand. So yeah, well, I wish Elsie the best of luck with that. Getting a job's tough, but when you get one and you're happy with it, it's dope. It's really good. Just getting back to the chat, you should watch Oliver Tree on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast. This guy is so nuts, it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't like Logan Paul, but like I would watch it for like 5 minutes just to see what Oliver Tree was like on it, right? 100%. 100%. Yeah. And not many musicians have this type of ridiculous persona. I can only think of someone like Namoi. It's tough in Australia too. Damn. Yeah. Hopefully things work out. See, Australia, I'm all over the place. Australia is it's like a kind of a sister brother country to New Zealand. We're very close to each other, and a lot of New Zealanders move over to Australia because of job opportunities, and in return, Australia sends over a lot of the prisoners that are of New Zealand descent to us for us to take care of. And we have an interesting relationship where we either love each other or we don't politically, right? Without getting into it too much. But Australia's kind of weird, right? Australia, it seems like a beautiful place, but it also has the most dangerous animals. I mean, it doesn't have hippos, to be fair. You know, I like hippos, but they're dangerous. You gotta be wary of hippos. You know what I mean? They got spiders and they got snakes. Do they have snakes? What I mean, like I was about to say, do they have snakes? We don't have snakes in New Zealand. We don't have we have spiders, but we have like the kind of beginner level spiders. They're not the tricky, the awful ones. We've just got spiders that if they bite you, it just kind of sucks. We don't have spiders where like if they bite you, you're gonna just have you're just not gonna exist anymore, right? Sup, sweet little love, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Australia is a huge version of Florida. Is it? Is it a huge version of Florida? See that to me seems kind of wild, right? Like I've heard a lot about Florida. I've heard about DeSantis. I don't know how he's doing. I heard a lot of stuff about DeSantis during COVID. There's Disneyland though in Florida. Actually, no. That to be fair, there's Disneyland in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, and Australia has theme parks. They have Movie World, and then they have what else? They have Movie World, and they also have SeaWorld, as well as Dreamworld. Dreamworld's dope. Movie World has a whole lot of scary roller coasters. Dreamworld has this big kind of tower that you go, you just slam down like there. No, Jacob, I have no idea, but I have no idea how to check. The dealio is when we used to do the fan requests on YouTube, I'd sit there for like we'd sit there for 5 minutes trying to play it and it wouldn't work. So that's why in the description I have the policy that if there is a copyright block, we have to skip it. Just a disclaimer, because otherwise, you know, like it's just the dice we roll. We have Spotify if we are unsure. We have YouTube if we want to roll the dice. It's worth noting, if there is a copyright block, I could potentially upload the live stream to Patreon. Quite honestly, it would not surprise me at some point if one of the people who blocked me on YouTube, I mean, like, I want to, if people are paying for a review, right? I want to give them the opportunity to be able to like have a like roll the dice with YouTube. I just also don't want people to think I'm kind of messing them around by skipping if it gets blocked, because we just cannot review the track in that situation, right? But yeah, it's just a situation. It is, you know. Also, if you can put a link, I don't know if I've put this in Ko-fi, but if I haven't, I'll put it for the weekend because I'm going to do another one of these on Saturday. But basically, we want to put a link in the request so that I know which website to go to, because it's good to put the name of the song in and the artist, but if we don't put the link in, I don't know specifically which version it is, and it also helps us if there's like an issue with like a VPN or like a specific part of the world only being available there or something like that, you know. I mean, I have a VPN, but I'm concerned that it'll have issues with YouTube and might cause some stuff there, you know. Getting back to what Sweet Love said, Disney World in Florida, Disneyland in California. Wait, so California has a Disneyland? So you're telling me that I don't have to go to Florida to go to Disneyland? That's crazy, man. I totally thought it was only in Florida. Is that just because everyone talks about Disney World? Because I'm gonna just low key. There is a chance I might be going to Disneyland at some point soon, or Disney World. I'm very excited for that, to go hang out with Mickey and stuff like that. You know, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. But hey, on the California is the OG. Oh, so that's where it started. So then why did Florida get Disney World? Was it just because they didn't want to have multiple Disneylands, and they were like, "Hey, you know, have Disney World have a slightly different name so people can differentiate"? I don't know if people will get confused between them. It's not like you got them in the same city, right, or in the same state. But at the same time, I understand that. I appreciate that. Are there any other theme parks in the States apart from Disneyland and Disney World? Florida one is much bigger. Because I've heard that things are bigger in Texas, but Florida, I mean, to be fair, I don't know much about Florida, apart from now that you don't know enough about the Disney lore. There is like a rumor that Walt Disney was put in a cryogenic chamber. It's also something I learned a little while back, is that if you don't have a fantastic time at Disney, and if Disney find out about it, you get completely overcompensated by them. They're very, very keen to make sure that their brand is stable. Also, from what I understand, if you are a naughty Norman in Disneyland, they are very good at very subtly getting your shit sorted out. They are very good at finding out what you're doing. They're good at sorting you out. So you've got to not be naughty at Disneyland or Disney World, because they got like the secret police. They got secret police. I also heard about. Oh no, I can't talk about that on stream. It's not age appropriate. There's lots of stories about Disneyland. Lots of stories about Disneyland. But yeah. That tick sales have gone down drastically and Disney Live is losing sales too. Well, it's because Disneyland, like Disney as a brand, is kind of scuffed, right? They just don't seem to have as many new interesting ideas as they used to. The way that they seem to have realized they will make profit is by charging people more. Ah, Sylvia Quo subscribed. Thank you, Sylvia Quo. Well, thank you for subscribing. I'm not sure if you're in the live stream, but it's always nice when someone subscribes, eh? The Disney Plus channel. Yeah, dude. Disney Plus streaming services are bananas, man. Disney just keeps buying everyone one. Yeah, they do keep buying stuff. They for sure do keep buying. It's because they want to become this big old conglomerate, right? They want to own everything. It's kind of like what Spotify did. It's like what a lot of these new startups, they start really cheap. They offer like the lowest price until they get scale, and I'm sure you guys are aware of this. And then the moment they think that they have the ability to kind of go over a little bit, they do so by price creep. I learned today that Spotify, apparently for individual plans, you can save $1 a month by cutting out the one with podcasts. Spotify just assumes you want podcasts, but apparently there is a plan where, as an individual, you can avoid paying that $1 per month if you just don't want to listen to podcasts. It's little things like that where they pretend that they care about the consumer, but they make it very difficult for them to really, unless they're deliberately looking, they kind of obfuscate it. Big tech. And like, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, it's cool that we have the technology, even though Spotify and a lot of digital streaming platforms arguably have completely crippled the ability for a lot of musicians to have a living at all. I should note that there are a lot of musicians, especially at an indie level. I should be careful. There are indie musicians who have had a better chance at having a career now than they would have, say, 20 years ago, right? You still have a bigger opportunity. Like it's basically perfectly competitive. I think that's the term for it, right? Is that you're in a situation where at the moment they pay the artists better. See, that's good. See what I'm aware of, right? I think that I just use Apple Music, $5 for student plans. See, that's good. I will hand it to Apple. They're very smart. They're a very smart company. They can afford to pay a little bit more than Spotify, because Apple make a profit. This is why you diversify. If you diversify, you can have loss leaders where maybe you're not making as much money, whilst also selling $1,000, $2,000 phones. Like, for example, in New Zealand, if I was to go get an iPhone, right? If I get an iPhone, right? Yeah, that's very pretty. It's very difficult to find the price for it because I don't really want you to think about it too much, right? Oh, there you go. So it's $2,000. I shit you not. A while back, it cost about $3,000 for an iPhone. There was one iPhone that it cost. They've lowered their prices a bit. For $2,100, you can buy an iPhone. And they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're very nice. And actually, the performance in the Apple products because of the M generation chips has gotten a lot better. When I built both of my custom PCs, it was at a time before the M1 chips. And that was 7 years ago, right? Well, to be fair, the most recent one, my production PC, was like 4 or 5 years ago. But like, if you were to ask me, Logan, what kind of computer would you get for production? I wouldn't be sure. I wouldn't be sure. I think Apple's gotten a lot better. It's good they do a student plan. It's good that they pay the artists better. I'll never forgive Apple for locking me out of my iPod when someone broke into my Apple account. Like, they completely bricked my iPod Touch because someone broke into it. I'll never forgive them for that. And that's actually why I don't use Apple products. It's not because I'm like an Android simp. It's just because I wanted Apple stuff. I thought it was cool. And then they kind of screwed me over a little bit. Jacob says they are a podcast addict. Well, then you'll probably want the Spotify $11.99 per month plan. I pay for a family plan, I think, although I'm not sure why I do that. I am an individual. Maybe I need to double check that. But yeah. I think that with Disney, they're going to keep raising the prices for stuff. And the problem is that making money isn't what made Disney successful. It was creating really wonderfully engaging, beautiful, incredible stories and artwork and media output. And when you kind of sit on that and literally almost, arguably crap on the legacy you have by, like, I don't know how you guys feel about the... Does Namawee Music strike down the stream we had before? It did. Stuff. Yeah, Namawee did actually strike the live stream down before. So with Namawee, it was not just the video, it was the Spotify audio. There was one of the songs in the audio that struck it down. And the thing with Namawee is, I don't know why. I think it's because the label that they're connected with is just, they know that maybe they're concerned about like there being issues with his content. Maybe they're concerned that if his like older stuff that was a bit more controversial was like more publicly known, that it would cause like drama or something like that. I'm not sure, but either way, Namawee stuff, there's a chance it will, and it's just what it is. Namawee is like one of the few artists that are more modern that we've checked out that have gotten a copyright blocked, like on a Spotify level. YouTube. Hell yeah. Spotify level, though, is unprecedented. They just, it's so wild, man. I don't get it. I understand that, like, people need to make money from like, any way they can nowadays. I understand that completely, but surely you could just take the money from the stream and not completely block it. If anything, if you block it, what you're doing is saying, we think that we are too good for that additional... We are too good to not only take the music, but also for that exposure even then. Even though we're getting paid for it, we're too good for you. That's what that tells me about it. I will readily admit that at the moment, well, this is more like just been like a kind of like, we haven't had any commissions yet, which is fine. I'm not upset about that, because I honestly think that part of actually running a YouTube channel is just having conversations with people, right? And I haven't done that a lot recently because I've had a lot of stuff to work on my own, as well as other reasons that I won't go into here. It's a chill time. But yeah, I'm very talkative. If you haven't checked out Oliver Tree, though, I would recommend that. Very good. Any other Oliver Tree tracks that are cool? So this is like, all right, we have to go to this. So I looked at Brad Taste in Music just to figure out how other people were doing this, and I just realized he does this. He just kind of makes it in a smaller screen, which is cool. That makes sense to me. I mean, that fantastic sound design coming into it though at the start was wonderful. I'm just like the huge. It was again the juxtaposition between the music and then the image of him kind of sewing his own jacket to himself, I suppose, or his own sort of like stitches to himself. This is like reminiscent of the album art, though, isn't it? With like the hair and stuff like that. But just what's so cool about it is that you had this massive sort of cinematic build there with stuff kind of crescendoing and building in anticipation. And what they do really well is OMC subscriber. Oh, OMC subscribed. Welcome, OMC. Welcome to the channel. There've been a few subscribers today. That's kind of dope. Like what? That's the trippiest thing. I find that often. Like recently, we've done live streams and there haven't been any of these little kind of button thingies coming up. But it's been nice that there's been more recently. I think, to be fair, when I stopped doing live streams, I wouldn't have been surprised if there were a few people that that unsubscribed after the live stream stopped, because that was part of why they came to the channel. And I also know that with the Fiverr stuff, unless you're interested in the musician, it can be kind of difficult to like want us to like watch it because they're long videos. I remember one time I did a video with a guy, and I did a video for a client on Fiverr. And what happened is that the client wanted me to review his music, so I did. And there was information that was given that didn't necessarily, like he gave me his songs, it was like, choose some. And so I did. And that guy then got angry because I didn't choose the ones he wanted me to, even though he got to choose and he didn't want me. So I think the guy was just looking for a fight, right? And it was a particularly toxic interaction. And I mean, I can't show it because I think honestly, like if I was to show these conversations, and even if I wanted to, I think Fiverr would honestly shut down my account. It's really bad to do that. Even big, like I'm a top seller on Fiverr. And even then, sup OMC? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Even as like a big, like I'm a top seller on Fiverr. Yeah, I understand that when like these videos get like 20 views or something like that, it might be like, why do you do this? And it's because when people get these reviews, they seem to benefit from it because people keep coming back. You know, they keep coming back. And I like reviewing music, and people seem to like me reviewing their stuff. But this guy that I was talking to, they just didn't. They were unhappy they didn't choose the right song. And it was toxic and stuff. And what happened was, inevitably, they were like, because they kept abusing me. It was abusive language. And I'll admit, I'm no saint. I've lost my temper at people in the past, sometimes even in comment sections, but it was another level, right? And eventually the guy was like, if you whatever, have fun with your 9-minute videos where you listen to 2-minute songs. It's like, I feel you on that. It would be way more efficient for me to just listen to a song and not have to talk about it afterwards. You'd get through so much music if you could just listen to it. And if I was like a naturally reactive person, right, it'd be easier, but I don't really react because I'm concentrating. And I concentrate because I have to give a speech afterwards about the song that you're wanting me to review, because you're paying me to review a song and I take it seriously, right? But yeah, I just can't imagine how that guy would have been happy, because if I hadn't, I can guarantee if I'd listened to it and then sent it, they would have been shitty about it. Because it would have been like, you didn't review the song. So there's just really no way of pleasing them. They just wanted to be. I think they just wanted to. I mean, granted, there were probably more succinct ways of maybe talking about things, but I think that at the same time, when you're trying to sort of like break down a track, oh, thank you, thanks. Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. So is it on Ko-fi? Yay! Thank you. How do I, Jacob? That's annoying. Thank you. I'll do this for you now. So this is our first request of the live stream, which is awesome. So what have we got today? I hope so too, but remember, Jacob, Jacob, if this gets shut down, if it gets copyright blocked, I'm gonna have to skip it. Okay, we know this. We know this in advance. We have been warned. Okay. Just so you know, okay? Thank you for the support either way, okay? Appreciate it. All right. So I'm going to just actually add that to the list there. Thank you. There we go. I'll make that big as well. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you. So I don't know if you guys use Opera. You should. Opera is good. Opera is good. It blocks ads and it blocks the audio for them and stuff like that. Oh, this is 8 minutes. So just also to be clear, Jacob, as per the rules here, it's 5 minutes of the track, right?
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。
かわいいね。
ありがとうございます。
ゆあちゃん何歳ですか？
26歳です。
撮影は初めてですか？
Oh, right, I get it. This is this like a porn thing?
ことあります。
緊張してますか？
ちょっとだけ緊張
Tell you what, yeah.
してます。
これは何かわかりますか？
してます。
やったことがありますか？
ないです。
I like it. I think we all knew where we were going with that one. Well done. Is it out of tune? The guitar reverbs and the tails of them are dirty. Fantastic, man. I was reading your comment, it's not your mind is dirty. All right, and while I'm here, thank you to OMC for subscribing. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you have a good time. His voice is angelic, isn't it? It's just so wonderful with those guitar layers, but then we also have the banana. No. Nah, come on, man.
看龟头慢慢扬起，真的好大，说你的爱心，抚摸我小鸟，在我房间里，一起啪啪啪，拍掌看着旧日剧，就快高潮了，望着海潮落又潮起，我射了进去。
I mean, like, it's just phenomenal. The wordplay is exquisite. If you didn't know that's what he was singing about, you just think this was this really sort of like, really pretty sounding acoustic ballad with some sort of like Hillsongish leads on top with the ballady bass and drums. It's really cool.
是我不小心就射了进去，爱上你的心。
This is cursed, man.
伪装坦诚相见赤裸，无需猜疑，摩擦太用力，必须用润滑剂。我射了进去，是我不小心，你射了进去。 射进你的心。每天
Great. Did you hear that parallel minor there when it went down? That was fantastic.
出你，
Great sort of unexpected twist there.
不喜欢晚上出去，又让你下半身舒舒服服，给你全套的爱情。
And the strings as well. I cannot cope with these lyrics. They are. I'm gonna tell my partner about this after this.
后面进去，菊花儿绽放，木瓜垂涎欲滴，挖下去，用手挖也用工具，帮你种草莓，一起精益求精。流了好多水，你都湿了。多汁的暴雨，打开喷了满地。No， 下面给你吃，你妹妹也饿了，弄破她的膜，幸好手机没爆。
Why? Lucky her phone screen didn't break.
我杀了进去，是我不小心，就杀了进去，爱射进你的心，脱光了伪装，坦诚相见，赤裸无需猜疑，摩擦太用力，必须用润滑剂。我杀了进去，是我不小心。
I mean, like.
射了进去，爱射进你的心，每天种出你，因为你不喜欢晚上出去，又让你下班。
Yeah, so I think before we get into it, I think the secret to it is that I had the screen kind of blocked off like this. I think what YouTube's copyright system is expecting is for you to put the video as massive so that you don't have how do I describe this? It wants you to make the video massive because it assumes you want to make it massive, right? Funny language considering the song we just sort of watched, but it expects it to be full screen and it's not, and it's covered with like that thing and it's covered with me. So yeah, no, it's cool. And as well as this, so it doesn't recognize it. It'll recognize the audio, and it'll copyright claim that. But that's, to be fair, it's part of also why I'm, like these are $5. Is that even if there's copyright claim, they get the money from the views, and I get the money for reviewing it. So thank you, Jacob, for that request. I think to summarize what Namewi and Yua Mikami are talking about, I shot you. Clearly, there's a bit of sexual innuendo there in their endo. I shouldn't say that. It's really kind of nah. Basically, this track is about them doing stuff, but then the imagery in the video is clearly them sort of like alluding to it in other ways. It's like it's a lot of wordplay there. It's fantastic. It's very good humored and it's very well natured. I think the video is really clever and it's funny, but it's also just the fact that the music itself is really tight. Namoi's vocals are phenomenal. I think that they work really well in this sort of ballad format there. Again, this kind of classic rock ballad format there with the acoustics and the electric leads, the bass and the drums, as well as the strings and stuff like that. There might have also been some pianos there. It works with the major and minor triads there, kind of straying away from extensions. But at the same time, what it does so well is allow for space there. There is variation with the instrumental layers there. There's some different lead parts there to kind of alternate with the main sort of like vocal parts. And there's some really exquisite vocal harmonies in there. And then finally, of course, it's just the studio recording. Mixing and mastering is top notch. So yeah, great track. I completely understand why it's successful and I really enjoyed it. So thank you, Jacob, for that. Now, the next track we have is from Sweet Lily Love. Thank you. What have we got here? I have completed this. It has been done. Thank you. And then we go to the next one. Page, cool. And thank you, sweet little love. We have Lilitu. So this is actually one of Sweet Lily Love's tracks. So this will be good to check it out. Because again, with these live streams, it's not just like songs you like. It can also be songs that you've made. That's the beauty of it. Thanks for your request. Let's have a check it out. Remembering this, of course, again is 5 minutes. So what have we got here? Again, very different to the previous track, right? Very, very different to the previous track. I will also put this into here so that we have that a reference. Hang on. No, it was so good. Why? No, it was so good the way I had it before. Why? Oh, hang on. Can I go back here? Is it big now? There we go. Good. Excellent. So my camera's in the way. Sweetly love Lilitu. Excellent. Let's continue. And just also mentioning there are some vocals by Kelly in here as well. Fantastic. So rising up now for the swing groove. And going for the major motif. See, what's really cool about this, sorry to interrupt, is just that synth just kind of creeping in there as like a sort of an automated layer there. I like the fact that there's that sort of sense of dimensionality to it. But it's a great riser effect. Yeah, so Jacob, this is Sweet Little Love's original track. This is an original track that they've made. It's really good. They've done a great job of, like, I've been reviewing Sweet Little Love's music for a while now, and there is quite a few videos of it on the YouTube channel at the moment. And over the time I've been working with them, they've just put out some, they continue to grow. I think part of it is that they take the feedback from myself and other reviewers and put it into their stuff, but also I think they've found a niche, a sound that they really enjoy, and feel free to correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think they've just really sort of like figured out what's working, and they're just making gains in regards to that, you know. But yeah, I think production-wise, we'll talk about it more at the end, but it's a good start. The only thing I'd say is, like, this is, again, it's just, like, maybe even, like, a subjective thing. I think if Callahan's vocals are great, I think the melodies that we're singing here are fantastic, even though I'm not necessarily sure what Lolita is, and if you can please help me out, that'd be great. It's just that I think if we had been on the beat, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, like, if it'd been on the beat every single time on that kick, it just would have been, like, super tight. It's okay if we want to be a little more, sort of more flexible about it, but just that's just a personal preference thing. Everything out is phenomenal. Because other times we just absolutely smash it. Okay, so on a first listen basis, I hear this and I think instinctively the synths, the bass drums are really strong. We've got several different drop sections there where we have rises and then we have falls there. It's sort of an appreciable amount of dynamic range and variations in intensity between the track. The riser section around the middle part, it sounded a little bit sort of like a little, like I wasn't sure about how it was harmonizing with other bits, but then again I clicked that it was a riser and you're like, oh, okay. And then we had like another sort of element that was lifting it up. And then another. And it's almost like as we went through the track, we continued to add more and more to those bits where we sort of ascended to kind of further enhance the way that it was we're approaching it. I'm not sure what the track is about though. Like Lily 2 is another form of Lilith. Is it like show me your light. Hang on, right, real quick. I just want to like. So show me your light. Is it about like trying to like get access to something or trying to like be sort of like illuminated by that? Is that it? If I'm not misunderstanding something, I think that the intensity of the track itself is kind of indicating that we are going through some sort of phase where we're working towards another sort of stage of awareness or something like that. I could also be tripping out a bit. I suppose just, yeah, the main theme is fantastic. And I like the use of, you know, like the sort of like traditional major and minors with a couple of chromatics occasionally. The unexpected twists and turns there. But yeah, it's catchy as hell. And I think it is ready for release. It's good. Thank you, Sweet Little Love, for that track there. It's cool. I enjoyed it. Again, I know I said the stuff about like Kellyan's vocals. I do think the melody was really important there. I think that that's the power of having a singer in a track like this, right? A lot of times in electronic music, you can have just the instruments like the synths and everything like that. Oh, Lilith is an old demon goddess, depending on how you look at it, the first wife of Adam. It's a love song to her. Oh, okay, so it's showing a sense of adoration towards that. The first wife of Adam. Wait, so was Eve not the first wife? Is that the Adam and Eve Adam? So was Lilith after Eve? Like when he left? I'm not familiar with the religious stuff, but you're welcome. That's the point of these song request live streams. It's just so you can get your tracks heard, you know. We've got. I'm going for an hour at a time at the moment, so I've probably got another few minutes. But just the fact that we had a few extra people come in today to check it out, just to see what was going on, was cool. You know, we saw OMC and Dinner Hay and LC and the Blue Dinner Box and Jacob and everyone like that, and Sweet Little Love as well. It depends on which works you read. I've got a love heart here. It's not in the Bible, but okay. That's fascinating. It's interesting. Like I feel like just for the sake of interest, like getting more familiar. Yeah, with I was about to say getting more familiar with the Bible. No, I don't know. Like again, I don't have an issue with religion. It's just I don't know if I would want to read. I tried reading the Bible once. I got through the first few pages, but then I got distracted by stuff. I do read quite a bit. I've got a whole lot of books over there on the bookshelf. But yeah. It's just good to do this. I've enjoyed. I think the best thing about these the live streams today has just been talking to people and just kind of chilling out. You know, I think that's been good vibes. I appreciate that, eh? Kofi. Oh, Dinahay ordered something. Hey, thank you, Dinahay. Thank you. Wait, what did I do? Did I just like break something? Oh, okay. Account and billing. Okay. Then I ordered something. Sorry, I'm just having a look at go back here. Oh no, never mind. We're all good. Thank you to Dinahay for putting that request forward. We have track number 3 for today. Michi Road from Hikaru Utada. Let us continue. What do we have? Where is the link? There is the link. On YouTube's. It is on Spotify though. Which should open that. Excellent. The system works. Awesome. So there we go. Thanks for your request. So this might be the last track for today. But we will see how we go. Alright. It's been fun either way. Oh, that is so chill. So this is Michi. Is that a kanji? That'd be a kanji, wouldn't it, if it's like Michi? Put some lyrics on there as well. Thank you, I appreciate that clarification there, Blue Dinner Box. The track is, the Hikaru Utada is a fantastic vocalist. There's a great sense of, like, they're very gentle, but it's also quite melodious. You have that consistency of the really sort of relatively gentle drum beat as well. But the perky little bass on the bottom. It's fun, man. Couple of comments. It's a lonely road, but I'm not alone. It's nice to have that little bit of English there for someone like me who is trying to learn Japanese, but also is not necessarily near fluent in it at all. You kind of get the summation of it. It's kind of like having the hook line when you don't necessarily hear the vocals in the verse clearly, if that makes sense. It's dope. There's also the use of really interesting textures and sounds here that you might not necessarily expect, but because, like, I think we're trying to keep a continuity with the way... Actually, it's not even that, because there are variations in the way that Hikaru Utada expresses themselves vocally within this. There are some parts where are a bit more sort of like quiet and kind of like more measured. Other times we kind of raise ourselves up like in the chorus with da-da-da, da-da-da, and it's like really kind of perky and almost charismatic, which is kind of sick. But just the bass tones and a lot of the pads in the mid-range, and maybe some sort of like some strings or like pads there just to kind of like fluff it up a bit. So it's really cool.
時期もあると思います人は皆生きてるんじゃなく生かされてる目に見えるものだけを信じてはいけないよ人生の岐路に立つ標識はありゃせぬどんなことをして誰と
And just brings it right down.
のみはあなたと共にある一人で歩まねばならぬ道でもあなたの声が聞こえる It's a lonely, it's a lonely, it's a lonely, it's a lonely You are every song, every song, every song, every song, every song これは現実私の心の中にあなたがいるいついかなる時もどこへ続くかまだわからぬ道でもきっとそこにあなたがいる It's a lonely, it's a lonely, it's a lonely, it's a lonely But I'm not
Like Lonely Road, and then on the side there, things are sidechained. Oh, it's like side pan there, and like the rolling basins of the oscillation there. It's and like the little clashy as well on the sides there. It's just very colorful. It's like we've managed to really efficiently niche things in the stereo field and the frequency spectrum to a way that is quite polished.
Not alone, not alone, not alone, not alone そんな気分 It's a lonely, it's a lonely, it's a lonely, it's a lonely But I'm not alone, not alone, not alone, not alone, not alone
Wait. Sonna? Right? Those are sonna. I don't know how well you can see that on the screen. The last one is sonna. I don't know what that is. That's hard. We're trying though.
そんな気分
Kibun. Oh right, because there's like fun and bun and stuff like that. So those are kanjis there, right? So I'm getting kind of bitter. Like itsu, korewa, and hito ni no itato aru I toitemo donna ni tosushite toitemo. Right? Am I getting better at it? I really hope I am. It's because you gotta like it's difficult because you gotta you look at it and read it and then try and then go, okay, but what do those mean while still remembering what you figured out? There's like 3 stages to it. Okay, to summarize my thoughts on Michi Road by Hikaru Utada, I thought it's a wonderfully written track there, very fragrant, lots of interesting different instrumental layers, variations of synths and pads and drums and guitars and little perky kind of plucked kind of harmonies there. I think that the vocals from Hikaru as well are like really, they're approachable, they're friendly sounding, they're very pleasant to listen to. We hold stead well. We've got great sort of vocal technique, very comfortable within a head and chest voice. And it's just it's really well measured there. We change expressions between the verses and choruses in a way that makes sense. And here we go. Hang on. I'm confused. I'm just checking stuff. What is Kofi saying right now? Oh, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Thank you. So we're going to listen to another track after this from Paul. So that'll be cool. But yeah, it's a track where like the production is really tight. With Hikaru Utada, you just assume that you're going to have a good time with the way that they handle things with their recordings at this point. I listened to enough of the material at this point to feel confident whenever I hear it that I'm going to have a good time, but you still got to be objective, right? And so ultimately, I get the feeling that they've got a lonely road, but they're not alone. And the track almost seems excited with the theme of it, with some of the positivity located within those extended chords. It seems like there's hope for the future, right? And that's the mood I get from it. I think in that sense, it's very well handled. So I'm glad I listened to it. It's also nice, just as a closing comment, for there to be moments where things are quite calm and peaceful after like that first chorus. There, things come down a little bit and they're a bit more sort of like tempered. And I think you need to have moments of quietness within a track to be able to come down from like the intensity, especially if this is a lot of the music you listen to, the intensity of those kind of hook parts, especially with the bass and stuff. Just keeps things exciting. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the live stream. And thank you, Blue Dinner Box. I'm not Japanese, but that sounds right, I guess. And I'm glad that you liked it, Sweet Little Love. That is fantastic. So that was track number 3 today. Thank you to Blue Dinner Box for that. I appreciate that, Dinner. We've got Paul7931 now with their track. What do we have here? We have this one. What is it called? I will put the link. It is on YouTube. It is on YouTube. So let's go to YouTube, man. What do we got? So this is David Tao, Blink of the Heart, off of Soul Power. Good. Let's do this. So we're going to say, I'll go back and I'll put this. Thanks for your request. Sick. I'll put that here as well as Blue Dinner Box. I think. Let's go. Let's do it. David Tao, baby. Sup, Andreas? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream, man. It's been a while. Everyone say hi to Andreas. It's been a while. It's good, though. He's got a really cool amount of jewelry on. I like his chain, but also the guitar and the vocals suit each other really nicely. It's very intimate. And that bell tree, I don't know how you guys feel about bell trees, but I love the transition there. Bell trees are very expensive though. If I had a bell tree, this is his concert last month. Dude, he looks so young. How long has David Tao been going for? He's in such good health. Good on him, man. Thank you for showing me this for that reason alone, but it's also just a really great sounding track. And that interaction with the crowd is his experience as a performer. You know, just that connection there is so important. But just how smoothly the guitars, the bass, and the drums came in, all those different layers, as well as the backing vocals. It's wonderful, man. It's so cool when a live performance is at the same level as a studio concert.
The 背心很帅哦 ，Yeah， 你会为爱说什么？当作永恒的承诺。
He's not 55. I refuse to believe that he is 55. There is no way this man looks 55. That he is 55. He's doing so well for himself. That's so cool, man.
你曾为爱做过的后悔的事多不多？如果已经不在乎，又无法说明白，请告诉我该怎么去。 境，一念成了佛，一念成了佛。每个人做了心中的选择，当初心中的最好，才不会一念之间就可以 say goodbye。
Great rise there.
Yeah, take it away, Jamie. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. You ain't going to no? Yeah, yeah. All right now. Yeah. 出场的朋友，如果会唱的话 ，Come on now. Yeah, 一定是动情。
Sorry to interrupt. That guitar solo was so well voiced. You know a guitarist knows their stuff when they bend with their pinky finger. I hate bending with my pinky finger, and I've been playing guitar for 20 years, and I can play okay. That guy is pocketing like you would not believe. He's sensational. What a fantastic solo, man. It's so like the pentatonic and bluesing phrasings behind what David Tao is doing in relation to the rest of the organ. It's just tremendous, dude. And the keys as well. Is there a piano? There is.
Say goodbye。 为何心心念念要的爱，一念之间可以就这样 say goodbye。
Ah, fantastic finish. Okay, so I think that yeah, the guitarist. Thank you, Paul. I'm not sure. Didn't have Blue Dinner Box. I'll think about it in the moment. The guitarist has been working with David Tao for more than 20 years. I think they've got a fantastic working relationship. I'm just going to quickly change the battery on this camera. Just got to change it because otherwise it'll be grumpy and it'll just be like a pain in the ass to work with. Should have video in a moment, I hope. Are we good? Do I still look okay? I gotta make sure that the camera hasn't like gone anywhere weird with stuff. No, it looks okay. I mean, it's still a bit scuffed in regards to angle, but it'll do. It'll do. Hi Shenyida, welcome to the live stream. Hopefully things are going okay on your end. We've been listening to David Tao today, Blink of the Heart. So if I talk quickly about this track, I think this is testament to David's ability to continue to entertain a crowd after with his legacy as a performer. He's clearly very comfortable on stage. His vocal technique is solid. Jacob mentions he's been trying vocal coaching to restore some of his older R&B voice techniques, says he has been open about how he couldn't reach the same notes anymore. I can hear that it's a bit more difficult for him. At the same time, I think that he's still doing a great job of trying to maintain that power and pitch in his voice, and the legato passages, the vibrato and everything like that. It seems like he's still doing pretty well. I think that a lot of the beauty of this track, though, comes from the combination of the wide variety of different elements there, with the guitars at the start, the steel string sort of picked parts being very sort of intimate with David Tao in the beginning, and then you have again the drums come in with the bass there very quickly, not allowing much room for that sort of main part to stagnate. You then, as you go along, there's just this wonderful sort of bella form where things just keep rising and rising and rising all the way up until that guitar solo. You have like several different key parts, like organs, and you have the piano and all that kind of stuff, as well as the backing vocalist adding a nice sort of sheen and shimmer in the stereo field. I just think ultimately it's a piece where you have the situation where it's just really well fleshed out. the mixture of the rock, the blues, and the country intonations there with the chord choices, the scale movements, and stuff like that are wonderfully eloquent, and they're a great combination of different styles and textures that work really well together. And just ultimately, it's a song where I've got no complaints about it. He smashed it out of the park. I understand why people like it and why they were singing along to it. Link of the Heart. I'm wondering if this is about relationships or something like that. I think he mentioned something, if I'm not mistaken, about saying goodbye. So I'm wondering if he doesn't want to say goodbye to that person. It's wanting to not lose that person in their life and stuff like that. But either way, it's tremendous. Just to quickly talk about a few of the other comments here. He does still have that musicality, Jacob. Absolutely approved. Thank you to Paul7931 for that request, though. I sincerely appreciate that. That was a great track. Do we have any others? Is that the last one for today? I know that Andreas mentioned putting a track forward. These live streams are going for an hour, just because I'm just kind of gauging interest at the moment with them, just seeing if people like them or not. I think, to be fair, we spent the first 40 minutes of today looking at Oliver Tree stuff. It was only really at that end part where we kind of got into it, But we've reviewed a few more tracks today. I think we've reviewed like 4, which is the first session we did 2. Today we've done 4. So there is growth. I am wondering how people will feel about it on Saturday, as we are doing one more of these this week in a couple of days' time as well. I'm going to give it a minute, though. If we get any last-minute requests, we can do those, but I do also have some other stuff I need to do today, and we are over the hour mark. I am wondering if we will have cues if we do this more, but that's not the point. The point is just to listen to music and vibe, right? I wonder if a Taylor Swift track bans the stream immediately. I don't think it would. But honestly, I wouldn't put it past Taylor Swift for that to occur. I want to review a top 10. For me, I'm personally very interested in reviewing her top 10 tracks on Spotify because I've heard some real kind of weird stuff about Taylor recently, like re-releasing albums with one extra track or something like that. I want to understand what her music is all about. I am releasing a video about Nirvana later on today. So there will be a big Nirvana video where I go through, it's like the discography videos, but it's about Nirvana and it's kind of going through just their top 10 tracks. I realized that the Jiang Yuxing video did as well as the Omnipotent Youth Society video did, if that makes sense. So I'm wondering if working with videos like an hour or something like that, where it could be done more commonly or more often, might be a good way to go. But at the very least, Nirvana today, maybe Taylor Swift next time. I would like to do a video on Beyond, as people have shown an interest in that. But I'm kind of hesitant on it because I feel like I don't want to rush it, and I really do need to get the DaVinci software to be able to do that, But yeah, I think and hopefully it's 8 a.m. Taiwan time, and I just got home from work. Hopefully work went well for you, Shinyida. Hopefully it went well. I'm going to go to conclusion time, though. I think that's it, right? It's been fun. Been good. Thank you to Zeus. Hi, Zeus. How you going? If you go through the link in the description, we can probably do that, but we'd need to place that request within the next minute or 2. I'll have to close requests once the stream ends. Yeah, so I know it's a bit different because I used to do them when there weren't the system with Ko-fi. Just with Ko-fi, it seems to have worked today. People seem to have gone through Ko-fi, and it seems to have been really easily. But yeah, I will need to go within a minute or 2. I just wanted to make sure I gave people a chance. But yeah, so Nirvana video today. We'll do another of these in a couple of days' time. And thank you, to Jacob Good, as well as Sweet Lily Love, and Blue Dinner Box, as well as Paul7931. I'm assuming I haven't missed any. These there hasn't been blocked. So the thing is, if this live stream hasn't been blocked at this point, it's probably going to be visible on YouTube tomorrow. I know that there was the live stream we did a couple of days ago got blocked for like one of the tracks in one country though, so it's not that bad. You know, it's not that bad if it gets blocked in one country. Sometimes with Japanese musicians, they get blocked in Russia and Belarus just because I think Sony doesn't like Russia and Belarus or something like that, for whatever reason. But yeah. It's good. Yeah. We'll give it until 12:25. I don't think there's anything else though. You guys got anything on for the rest of the day? Is this just chilling out? Oh, Andres, thank you, Andres. We shall continue. Let us continue. Okay. So we'll go here. We just probably put it in the same one, right? Thank you, Andres. Hang on. Here we go. There we go, Andres. Thank you for your request. I appreciate that. So we shall continue. We have another track here. We have arrived at the burning building. Maybe she will. If I go down here. Let's do it. From the start? Cool. Very ominous immediately, isn't it? Have we already reviewed them? I can see there that we've listened through Zara. Did we listen through that in another fan request live stream? Fantastic work with the kind of stabby basses and the drums. Incredible tension though. See, that's what I like about this. You have this tremendous tension with the strings there. It sounds like you're going into a very dramatic event. And then suddenly, boom, you've got that lead solo there, that kind of wistful post-rock kind of ambience there. Or is that another string section? Oh, sweet. Synths as well. It's like incredible how much real estate or how much mileage you can get out of having variations of synth tones and the guitars and like the buzz rolls and stuff like that in various bits. It's such a smooth track, even with like, maybe not necessarily, I don't know, like iteration of strings. Oh, what? Wow, that was stunning. Like, how do I describe this track? It clearly sounds like there is something incredibly dramatic occurring there with the urgency of a lot of those sort of really sad sounding string harmonies there. The mid to high range there almost sounds like a cry for help there. The drums coming in with those tom fills at the start before moving into the cymbal sort of beats with the kicks and snares later on. Well, as well as the variation with the buzz rolls and all like that. They provide different canvases for everything else to sit on and to roll on. The bass lines with like some sort of synthy basses at the start. There might have been like an actual bass guitar as well, I'm not sure, but just the way it was very kind of like ominous and almost like almost kind of edgy, sounding like there was a sense of danger in the air. With the other kind of synthy bits there in the break there after the first guitar octave part, there's just lots of different twists and turns within this track, which makes it very incredibly invigorating, because you have a song here where without vocals, you don't necessarily, the listener might not necessarily understand the direction we're going. And I really appreciate the fact that we're trying to make an attempt, an effort to do that, because if we do not try and make an effort to make things interesting for the listener, we run the risk of just kind of, how do I say this? We run the risk of putting the listener in a situation where they don't know what it means. I know that might sound obvious, but the trick with instrumental music is you got to try and get this music to sound like the title in order for people to get it. You have the spoken word part there where I couldn't hear the words clearly maybe. That was meant to represent the part where you're kind of like in a state of emergency or urgency, where you're kind of running and things aren't necessarily being processed properly with everything else going on around you. But you get the feeling that the building's already halfway built down in the end. And it's just incredibly well played. And that last part there where things just became heavier and more kind of visceral without an edge, like without a real kick to it. It's like, it was almost very smoky sounding whilst being kind of smothering with like the low end and mid-range resonance there. But you didn't have super harsh textures there, partly because of the resonance of those strings. And so you have a situation there where things just sound they sound very gritty, and they kind of sound like the building's collapsed on you. I think it's incredibly wonderful composition-wise, that the instrumental performances are really tight as well. They're a band with great chemistry and great sense of creativity there. They managed to do really well here. And I think that the production on top is the icing on the cake. I think if you hadn't allowed for that extra bit of headroom in the ceiling for that last bit there, where things just kind of got even bigger than you would have necessarily expected, maybe because of the way things were sort of poked in the center of the stereo furnish, at least 50 degrees, it was wonderful. So thank you, Andreas, for that choice there. Maybe she will. We've arrived at the burning building. Yeah. Sorry, just to confirm, Zeus, if you were still here, if you haven't, feel free. Hi. I don't know if I actually said hi when you said that. I was just straight to kind of recommending the link. Greetings to you here in New Zealand. If you want me to review the Ado track, just go through the link in the description. But yeah, I think at some point I can see a like here as well as featuring. So I'm wondering if we have listened to those. Maybe She Will is a great band though. I'll just give it another minute. And if there are no requests, we shall do the conclusion. And then we shall come back and hang out on Saturday, 2 days time. Good day though. Lots of different tracks. It's good fun. And while I'm here, Andreas, hopefully you do get to listen to more music soon if you're wanting to. I understand what it's like to not have maybe a lot of time to listen to music. I find that like it's like with video games as well. I don't know about you. I just find that like sometimes when you get older, you don't have as much time to do the things you used to enjoy doing. So I suppose it's just, that's what it is. But when you can, it's like a special occasion, right? So you sometimes appreciate it even more. Yeah. Gotta remember to get some water for next time. No, not bad. 5 tracks today. That's cool. I also got to remember to put these in the comment sections for the videos, so that people know that their tracks have been played and included and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think we're good. All right, it's conclusion time. Thank you to all of you who have come in for today's live stream. Thank you again to Jacob, Good, as well as Sweet Little Love, Blue Dinner Box, as well as Paul7931 and Andres for your requests. It's been great to listen to music sincerely. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Hopefully the reviews were worthwhile. If you enjoyed this music, please do go show the various artists and bands involved some love via their various social medias and their YouTube or Spotify pages. And stay cool and stay safe. And please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as either help more than ever thought of crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next live stream in a couple of days' time. Spider Hands out. And 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to close the commissions, though. I got to make sure there's no one's put a commission through. Cool. So I go to commissions because I want to make sure people don't do that. They don't like. There we go. Oh, closed. There are no commissions available anymore. There we are. All right. Shooters. Spider Hands out. 3, 2. Wow. Wow. What happened? Are we okay? Well, you're right. Yeah, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Usually these live streams are like an hour just because I'm figuring out whether people want to interact with them or not. And I figure that 2 hours, if people aren't into it, is quite a long time to stream. Are we okay? I'll just give it a minute. I'll just give it a minute to make sure. I just want to make sure things are okay. In case people, hopefully there isn't a problem. Were we about to make a commission? I'm closing the commission so that people don't book them between live streams, so that there's not like a queue before the live stream or something like that, you know. Yeah, I'll give it 30 seconds. Yeah, we're figuring out the kinks. Okay. All right. Spider Hands out. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, that I feel bad. I know. We'll have a on time. It'll be later in the day. I have a live stream in 2 days' time. It'll be later in the day. Yeah, it's just yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all right. It's all right. We'll do it in 2 days' time. All right. But yeah, I'll see you later, Shredders. Spider Hands out. 3, 2.